It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and the spotlight's on Mack Wilson. He'll get after you every chance he can get on defense. It's the Falcons and the Steelers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 21 carries, 61 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's #3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to #1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Now Fields. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
And looking to throw, Penix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. They'll start the drive with Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You talk about this Falcon defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Fields. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Fields. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The numbers for him from a week ago. 10 catches, 118 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Robinson up the middle.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Drake London, his intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 2nd down and 4. They run again with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. To throw is Fields. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. Here now, 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Looking to throw, Penix. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On the give, here's Robinson. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Eluding the pressure right. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Now it's Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Now 2nd and 3. Fields now to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Here's Fields. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Fields. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
That's caught downfield by Pickens. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They hand this off to Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Being chased out left. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Now Penix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. A short one there to Freiermuth. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. To the air again, Fields. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A shotgun snap. Fields finding Harris over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So we